Here's more from Aaron Rodgers on his mindset this offseason. We know what it was like last year. It wasn't good. Was it any better this year? Have a listen.
How was your offseason, the mindset of your offseason different this year as opposed to last year?
Well, I had a blast. I had a great time. I had a great time the previous offseason, but there were just a little bit more serious conversations. We had a process to go through collectively, and it's nice to be on the other side of those conversations. Yeah, I enjoyed them. I enjoyed, the conflict and the back and forths and trying to find some common ground. And I think it's meant a lot to all of our friendships individually. Me and Russ, me and Brian, me and Mark, to be able to have much better communication. And this year was just about enjoying my time, clearing my mind, and then refocusing so that when I landed here before the soccer game, that those upwellings of waters of love for this game started to really show up.
Yeah, and this is a guy who was saying back in June, I think about retiring all the time. And, it's one way to feel that way in the off season, but then when it's time to go again, you have a different vibe, especially when you have an appreciation, Chris, that there aren't many more of these left.
Yeah.
This could be the last one. Next year could be the last one. Who knows? The way he set up this contract, he can walk away without any financial awkwardness after any season. The way they've tied in the money, it's not like he would have to write a big check back to the Packers. They're basically paying him as he goes. So this year, self-contained. If he leaves, there's money that he won't get, obviously. He's not going to get paid for anything he hasn't earned. But it basically is 1 year at a time for Aaron Rodgers moving forward. And look, he's the highest paid quarterback in NFL history right now. And I remember people saying last year, it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. And what ultimately happened? It ended up being about the money. But I think the money was part of the
security,
the tangible evidence
right,
of how they feel about him. He won the Jordan Love tug of war.
Yes, right.
That's what that new contract signifies. They basically admitted they used a first-round pick on a guy that may never play for us.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think it was about the money as like, oh, I'm being underpaid, I'm being screwed over. I'm sure that was part of it, but I think it's more of what you're talking about is like, wait, I want the security, and I've earned that to kind of call my own shot here at the end of the career a little bit and not let you guys kind of, hold me hostage to do whatever you want. I think that's what it was about. That's what the money was about there. So I agree with you there. Rodgers he's phenomenal. I was going to say something and I forgot where I was going to go with it. But
and here's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
The structure of that deal, too, it eliminated – see, he was saying over and over again, I want to stay here until I retire, and he thought he would have that opportunity to do so. They draft his replacement, throw him for a loop, and then it's like, wait a minute, I don't control my situation anymore. They may be trying to push me out. That drove him, frankly, in 2020 to the MVP level performance that we saw. And the frustration with the team, I think, drove him last year. And now he's in a position where it is on his terms. The way the contract is written, usually it's the other way around. Usually the team can rip it up at any time. The way this thing's written, he's the one that decides whether or not it's going to keep going, not the team. That's the genius of it. He's completely turned the tables on them, and he really will be the one who decides when he walks away for good.
Yeah, he will. And it's one where, and I think it's the season's over. Hopefully you take your time, every year, especially with these older players who have been going at it for a long time. Again, I can imagine the season being over and you being exhausted and being like, man, can I really go through another fight again for year 17, 18, 20, whatever, and do that again? But like you were just saying, it's you get to this time of the year, or at least closer to training camp, and you always say the smell of the grass and those type of things start to, oh, wow, that reminds me of football season and all of that. That's when the juices start to flow. And obviously there's still love inside of Aaron Rodgers there that he's motivated. I'm sure he's had some exhausted moments when the season's over, and how could he not? I mean, man, who's been through more crap the last few years than Aaron Rodgers? I know some of that crap is his own fault, but I think a lot of it's Green Bay's fault. And damn, he's the defending MVP that way. So Yeah, I mean, I hope he keeps playing. I think he's got a lot of good years left in him. I hope this is not one of these things where he surprises us and only plays like 1 more year or 2 more years. The way he's throwing the football, he can play for 4 or 5 for sure.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.